Hello everyone, my name is Aqib Rana and you are watching my digital channel. I have with me the former Mayor of Düsseldorf, Thomas. How are you?
I'm
Guys,
fine.
nice to
No,
meet you.
yeah, very nice to meet you.
Would you like to give me your introduction first of all those people who are watching you right now?
Well, my name, as you said, is Thomas Geisel. I used to be mayor of the city of Düsseldorf from 2014 through 2020. I am now member of the European Parliament ever since July last year. I am part of the delegation of Bündnis Sarah Wagenknecht, Vernunft und Gerechtigkeit. And, well, we stand for peace and welfare all over Europe. We believe that Europe must return basically to its origins. Europe was founded as a force for peace and for welfare of all European nations. I'm afraid that in the moment there's, well, we have deviated quite a bit from this founding idea, but we're striving for Europe to return to what it meant for and what it was designed for originally.
I want to ask a first question right now. Like, currently the energy prices are so high. Everybody is talking, yeah. So, what's your plan to go in the future? All those prices, even it's a grocery prices or it's energy prices or it's a gas prices. How you think your party or your vision will goes? These prices will take down.
Well, I think we made a big mistake, by endorsing economic sanctions that were hurting Europe and hurting Germany in particular. I mean, when it comes to energy, we need to look, where are the sources that are basically close to Germany, that are connected by pipelines. And, we have a big issue with Russia because of the war of aggression against Ukraine. But in the long run, we should make every effort to reestablish good ties with Russia, particularly as a supplier of natural gas. I mean, what seriously does not make any sense is that we are being supplied with American fracking gas as LNG, which of course puts us at an economic disadvantage worth about 2/3 of the gas price. I mean, gas in America is 3 times cheaper than imported American fracking gas as LNG in Germany, and therefore we should look where can we get safe and price-worthy gas supplies, and that is Russia, that is also the North Sea, that is Azerbaijan, but we need to have a diverse supply of hydrocarbons, basically.
You just talk about the America, right? And last week, the Trump has talked about that Europe is not taking our goods, Europe is not taking our cars. We have to restrict the European goods as well. So they already doing with the Canada. They put the tariff on it on the goods. So what do you think, as a member of parliamentarian of the Europe? What do you think? Do you have any solid plan for these steps of the Trump?
Well, we should essentially, promote our interest as Donald Trump believes he promotes American interests. I mean, Europe, Germany in particular, has a real interest in having, a functional international trade system with as little tariffs as possible, with a system that works. And we should say we would not follow the Americans when it comes to imposing tariffs on goods from China, for example. I mean, we need to look that international trade works, and this is our interest. And well, we should certainly not let us blackmail by Americans when it comes to basically disturbing functioning international trade relations.
Do you think that this time the Trump government will influence the German elections this year?
Well, I mean, of course they try to, as I said, they promote their own interest. Of course they would certainly appreciate, if we have a government that follows Americans when Americans, put forward their own interests. I mean, BSW, I really say, I have a lot of friends in America. I lived in America for quite a while.
Nice.
But I must say, Europe needs to defend its own interests just as the Americans do, and we should not follow suit on what Mr. Trump wants us to do.
Very nice to hear. Currently, everybody is talking about immigrants, right? So some are against, some are pro to immigrants. How do you see yourself or your party vision for the immigrants? In the world of immigrants, don't forget that there are illegal immigrants and there are
Of course.
skillful immigrants,
I mean,
right?
let's
But currently now they are talking about just immigrants. They are doctors, they are engineers, they are working in the factories. Yeah, they are putting their efforts to run the Germany. So how do you see to this situation?
I mean, I think, first of all, one should mention that Germany has had a good experience with immigration. I mean, we have, I mean, ever since the 1960s, I mean, there are many people coming from abroad to Germany. They have contributed to prosperity and wealth in Germany, and they're very welcome. They're very well integrated in the German society. And I mean, in the moment, we have the problem that we have had a lot of, well, I wouldn't even call it illegal, but uncontrolled immigration under the asylum laws into Germany. And what we have experienced is that many of these people were not well integrated. It was also a matter of, quantity. I mean, there were simply too many coming from cultural backgrounds that are that are different from Germany. I mean, they are welcome, but only to the extent that we can integrate these people, that we can integrate these immigrants into parts of the German community. And what we cannot allow for is, that what we call Parallelgesellschaften, parallel societies to develop that do not share at all the values and experiences we do have in Germany. And this is clearly something that also threatens the Sozialstaat, the social state in Germany, and therefore, I mean, BSW has always said, of course, we are a diverse community. We appreciate the contributions that immigrants do make to German prosperity, but we need to be in a position that we can control immigration so that we are able to integrate the people coming to Germany.
Right. So if your party come more than 5% in the cabinet, so do you think you will go with the right wing or the left wing?
Well,
If
I
it's
mean,
more than 5%.
Sarah Wagner, the founder of the party, once said, we are basically left-wing conservatives. So, I mean, it is difficult to put us, in the normal party spectrum.
Okay.
I think we are, when it comes to, distribution of wealth, distribution of income, we are rather to the left. When it comes to sound economic principles, there's also a certain, how would I say, liberal attitude in our party. I mean, certainly when it comes to what in Germany we call Ordnungspolitik, and when it comes to some social issues, we are rather on the conservative side. I mean, we're not a party, that endorses all these so-called woke lifestyle subjects. I mean, this is, the gender language and this obsession with sexual identity, sexual orientation. And we believe, these are items one should deal with, but they are not the top of the political agenda. And we believe that the bread and butter issues, issues of, what can we do to promote growth, to promote innovation, to promote productivity. These are the issues that are at the top of the agenda. And first of all, of course, the peace issue, that Germany should be a force for peace, should be a force of mitigating international conflicts and not sort of fueling them. And this is clearly, I think, what makes us as BSW pretty much unique, actually, in the German party landscape.
So far, this is the same understanding for me as well. So now moving forward toward the trade with the geographically, right? So German trading with geographically, right? So we see because of the Russia, it's affect a lot. And now, what do you see if they go toward UAE with trading? So, is there any effect if somehow it goes well, or somehow the Trump will come? Why are you trading with UAE, or you should not do it? Do you see these trading will affect the Germany?
Well, as I said, we should clearly say what is in our interest. We should not be too much influenced by Mr. Trump. Mr. Trump is, of course, the U.S. is a powerful nation, but Europe altogether, we have, sort of our economic output is comparable to the one of the U.S. We have more people in Europe than in the U.S. and we traditionally always had good trade relations with the rest of the world, and this is something that clearly is in our interest. You know, one should never forget. I mean, Europe is a highly developed industrial continent. Let's put it this way, but we have very few resources.
True.
And this is why it is important. I mean, this is very different from the U.S. You know, the U.S. are basically self-sufficient. I mean, they can really say, you know, I mean, basically, we do not depend on any import whatsoever. This is different in Europe.
Now I want a one honest answer from you, from your all past experience. How do you see the trading with South Asia, maybe for Pakistan or India, but your true answer and with your all experience, how do you see German and South Asian geographically trade relationship?
Well, as I said, I mean, this is not, there's no particular case for South Asia. I mean, I think traditionally we had good relations. I mean, South Asia is something, you know, where China plays a bigger and bigger role. But I mean, as you know, I mean, we have good trade relations with China. We should clearly say from fair trade relations. I mean, fair trade relations are to the benefit of all parties involved. And this we should not pressure, we should not blackmail each other, but we should look, you know, what is in our best common interest. And that applies to South Asia as much as to basically all other parts of the world.
Right. Thank you so very much for your time.
You're very welcome.
We had a very nice conversation with us, and pleasure that you are with me. I hope to see you in future when you have maybe a big support.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Okay, nice to meet you. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.